What's up, everybody? Stick Martin here. We wanted to do a quick video showing like the basic rundown of our rig and our setup. It probably looks really complicated, but it really, I don't know, to me it doesn't seem that crazy. But we're gonna start first with just kind of the video stuff. If you look, we just have two basic tripods here. We looked around the house and we found these mounts for the phones, which is what we use to shoot our video on. We don't have any actual type of cameras or anything like that. Then if you also look over here, we have like a stand that we kind of made ourselves out of just shit we had around our house. We're kind of scared to spend money on this stuff. So we built this out of like a speaker stand and a broom handle. And this used to be an art easel. Got a phone up there and then just some bricks to counterweight the phone. But that's basically it. That phone kind of swings down, shoots this keyboard. I've got my guitar. This keyboard, let's talk about the keyboard for a minute. Keyboard is basically a pretty cheap MIDI controller. It's a Novation Launchkey Mini MK3, which is kind of important. I've bought a couple Novation things over the years, and I haven't always been thrilled with them. And I bought this thing, and I absolutely love it. So I think maybe it's 120 bucks, something like that. And then sometimes you need to buy a special Apple dongle for it if you're going to use it with an iPad, which I do, and that's like another 30 bucks. So count on that if you buy one, like 150 bucks. It's not bad. That rolls into this iPad. This iPad, I really only use a handful of apps. I use Thor, which is an old app from Reason. I use Sample Tank, which is like your pretty run-of-the-mill sound type of engine. I get like a nice stand-up bass from that. I also use an app called M3000, I think. That's sounds like an old Mellotron type of keyboard, which was like early sampling. So I have like some weird trumpet sounds and some, let's see. And then I also consider that to like a sax sound. It's kind of nice. It's like, then I can also do a nice little flute with it. And there's something about just Mellotrons in general that some aspects of it sounds real and aspects of it sound fake, and I've always really loved it. It kind of has like a plasticky, like dusty tonal quality to it. On top of that, we use Neo-Soul keys a lot, which is like kind of, it sounds for old electric keyboards, old electric pianos, old Rhodes pianos, and Wurlitzer sound, stuff like that. And it's really, really, really warm and great. Neo-Soul keys. Neo-Soul keys is amazing. And then we use a piano app called Ravenscroft, which is where we get all our piano sounds from. And that's basically an app that's just piano sounds, but they're really, really good piano sounds. And I don't know, I've probably dropped maybe 150 bucks on those apps, something like that. Not really that much considering. So maybe 300 total for the keyboard and the apps. I guess maybe another few hundred for the iPad itself. Down on the ground, isn't that crazy of a setup either. The black pedals where I do all of my guitar sounds. That is, so that's nice. But so just a handful of different guitar sounds I use. Really only use about maybe 4 or 5 guitar sounds. White pedal is basically for just a tuner. This red pedal is a mic mechanic from TC Helicon. That just gives me echo on my voice sometimes. Sometimes if I play the slide whistle, hello! You know, it's kind of a more effecty sounding echo. It'll make the slide whistle a little bit warmer. So that kind of helps fatten that sound out. Aside from that, you know, I try to buy decent guitars. I wear the shit out of them, usually over like 2.5 years or something like that. I kind of just like wear the hell out of guitars. Sometimes they're not worth fixing anymore because I play for sometimes 3 or 4 hours a day. Oh, over here, we have the Roland Octapad. I basically have that set for this Cuban kit most of the time. And this is kind of a conga bongo on one side and then kind of a timbali setup on the other side. And there's a couple other kits that I use, but that's what I use probably 90% of the time. And then I guess that's basically it. Even just a week or so ago, I was using a separate keyboard and a separate drum machine and a separate MIDI controller. And it was nice in a lot of ways to have things separated, but also it would kind of spread everything out. Some of the shit was actually hard for me to reach if I was singing. And it's like each one of those things had to be like plugged into power. So you needed to run a power cable, and that's actually a bigger pain in the ass than people realize. But I mean, that's basically our setup. It really isn't that complicated. I think what I like about my setup is that, you know, I really spend maybe 7 or 8 years digging through iPad apps, really slowly finding, you know, each sound one by one. I would use, you know, a cello sound from this app for like 1.5 years and it'd be okay. And then I'd find another app that would have a better cello sound. And sometimes that app would come with like 400 sounds or whatever. And I'd buy it just because it was like a better cello sound. That's something I liked. But, you know, I really only have about maybe 10 or 11 keyboard sounds and, you know, 4 or 5 guitar sounds and like 2 different drum kits. Oh, also the drums come from here sometimes. Oh, they're muted. Maybe not. I don't know why the drums are coming out right now. But this is the drum pads. That's where the stuff would be coming out, or should be coming out. I don't know why it's not. I don't know. I've been doing some maintenance on this stuff, so certain things aren't hooked up right now. But anyway, that should be just about it, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. We might even do a set later tonight. Catch you guys later. Peace.